Well, good day, my friends. I hope you're all having the most phenomenal day you've ever had in your life. It's a gorgeous, very windy day here in central Alberta again, but it is a beautiful Monday. My day off today, I got my car in the shop, getting some work done on it. But I had some thoughts rambling, rolling around through my mind this morning, and I wanted to share what they were. I was thinking today about a quote from Frederick Douglass. It goes like this: "It is easier to build strong children than it is to repair broken men." I want to share with you why that thought or quote has so blessed me and inspired me and filled me with such an amazing determination to conquer any challenge in my life. I remember as a child, I grew up in a very abusive home life. My father was an extremely abusive man, but unfortunately, he was abused as a child, and he never broke the chain. He didn't know how to break the chain, and I don't blame him one bit. I don't agree with what happened. But it seems like today, when a cycle like that of abuse is not taken into consideration, that it must be changed, nothing will ever change. When I look at a situation like my home life, even though my father was extremely abusive, there were many, many times I never knew what to do, what to think, what to prepare for, because the abuse continued to get so worse and worse every day, to the point where the RCMP were finally notified and charges were laid. But oh, today, my friends, this thought has so blessed my mind today as I think about this. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. I remember I always wondered growing up in my turning into my teenage years, I never understood what a happy home was like. I saw other folks' families, I saw their children inspired about life. And I could tell they were genuinely encouraged about their life. And they were filled with a love from their parents. That was something I always admired. My mother loved me. And I know my dad loved me too. But unfortunately, he never broke the chain of abuse cycle. And it went on in his generation. But I want to tell you today why I'm so encouraged about this thought. There were mentors in my younger years growing up. I would go to them and cry. I would say, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know how to act. I don't know how to react. I don't know how to counter-react when my father is so abusive to us as a family. I remember they would often say, continue to love your father, because unfortunately, he never broke that cycle, and possibly he doesn't know how to break it, because he was severely abused. Well, my friends, my generation, my brother, sister, and I, we all told each other in our younger years, we will never, ever, ever bring that type of abuse into our generation, because we saw the damage it had done. We saw the horrific trauma it caused. But what I'm encouraged about today is the mentors that mentored me as a child, told me to love, told me to forgive, told me to pray about my situation, were the ones who allowed me to see that the outcome of a sad situation can either make me better or bitter. And the choice today is mine to make. But as I look back, I see how if I never had dealt with this abuse as a child by my father, if I never had allowed my life to be changed by me personally, by going to counseling, by having forgiveness, by having the love for the man who abused us, I can see how it can affect a mind, whether you're a child or an adult. Because I used to be triggered all the time by things that were said or done. I would right away start completely gripping up in a state of fear. Because I was always thinking, what if this man or woman's going to abuse me? Oh, today, my friends, I got that out of my life. I live a life with forgiveness today and hope and love. And I am so blessed and inspired that by me having mentors as a child, showing me that we can either become bitter or better, my friends, it has given me a choice today. That the moment those times happened when I was a child, that abuse cycle, it could have forever haunted me. And I'm not saying that there's things that still haunt me, but I want to say today, when I simply was able to forgive and allow mentors to help me in my younger years as a child or a teenager, today, that beautiful life I live as an adult makes me see the possibilities that are actually possible when I can simply make my life a beautiful thing every single day. And I'm not in any of this saying that abuse affects people in a good or bad way. I don't underestimate the damage that it can do because I understand. I've felt it. I've seen it. I've heard it. I've witnessed it. But today, if I can deal with it, I'm just inspired that children who are abused can truly become the most prominent folks anywhere in life because of acceptance, because of forgiveness. And I know sometimes it may be hard to forgive. But I found for myself personally, once I was able to see that my father was abused as a child and never knew how to break the chain of abuse cycle, it's no excuse that it still happened. But unfortunately, he didn't know how. And today, I'm inspired to say, me and my brothers and sister, we nailed that right on in a conversation when we were young. We said, today this abuse stops here. We are not allowing another generation to make this abuse continue on because it stops in our life. Love you all. Just wanted to share a bit of my inspiration today